What's up, guys? I hope you're all having a great day. My face is dirty because I've been working on my camper. I built a little mini camper. If you guys haven't watched that video, check it out. There's like 3 different parts showing how I built the cab, built the cab, and then how I built the trailer and attached it. And I just did an upgrade where I made that wedge on the front, which is a storage compartment, and also improves aerodynamics, and put a you can see it right there, a big step on the back to get in and out. So today though, I'm gonna do something a little different. The truck build continues. So that is a SofTopper. The reviews on this thing is pretty awesome. I got that from a guy on Facebook and he didn't really like it. So I got that to put on, and then this is a rack that I'm going to make fit over the top of that, so I can put a rack over the top of my soft shell. So I can put a spare tire up there, a shovel, a high lift jack, all that stuff. So this is a Adarac. Well, that SofTopper, those things like before shipping are like 800 bucks. So with shipping, you're looking at like, I don't know how much they are. I got it for half of that. This is an over rack, an Adarac. It's like a ladder rack. It's made for a 6 or 6.5 foot bed. So what I'm gonna do is fit it up there, and I'm gonna cut it down so it'll fit, and mount it up there. And I'm probably going to cut these down too, so it's not quite as wide. These Adaracs sell brand new for around 400 bucks plus shipping, and I got it for under half of that. The guy just used to use it for work, and now he doesn't use it anymore. So I am going to put these up there, measure, go cut them, and then get everything to mounting. I've took a long time to find exactly what I was looking for that would fit, a kind of rack that would fit over the top of that. But I got it and got one. So I think it's gonna work really well. I think it's gonna look fantastic. So it's time to get to working. All right, so I got the rails on here. Had to run bolts through the frame rail, or the bed rail, excuse me. And now I'm hoping that that's enough of a lip for that little lip on the top to fit on. If not, I'm gonna have to move the rail over to like here. Hopefully I can make it work like this so I don't have to drill more holes. So we'll see. All right, so everything fit up pretty much perfect. Makes me happy. So now I'm gonna put the side pieces on, and hopefully everything looks just like it's supposed to. All right, guys, we got those up pieces mounted, and they are straight across from each other. It's hard to tell, but they are. These are the cross pieces, and they're like 62 inches wide or something like that. And I don't want them sticking out a long ways on the side of each of these, so I'm gonna go cut them down all the way to 48 inches. All right, guys, there it is mounted up. You can see it doesn't stick out very far. Looks good. I'm gonna show you one more thing before I head home and get the rack and put it on. So I want to show you guys something real quick. This cover actually wasn't made for a Frontier. I think it was made for a Colorado, and their sides of their beds come up a little higher. But this one was a good price. It was made for a 5-foot bed, and I actually like it fine because you can see my third brake light now. And what I had to do was I had to adjust these snaps down here. This is where the pole goes in when you're closing the back up. I'll show you in just a second. So I moved these in because they were sitting like way out there. And then what I also think, the other thing I did was, if you have one of these newer, like 2015 or newer Frontiers, they have like this weird thing that comes out on the tailgate, like it's like this wide. I just took that off and got one of the old school ones, the tailgate tops. I think these were like before 2015 they had these, and you can see I still have these little bolt holes, which I might get a screw and just fill those in, but I kept the old one, so if I ever sell the truck I'll still have it. But I think this was like 15 or 20 or 30 bucks on eBay. But all you do now is you just close this, and now that I've adjusted these, it just snaps in like that and snaps in. Let's see, oh, being difficult right now. There you go, just like that. And then it zips down like that. Velcro's closed. This side zips down. Velcro's closed. And now there's magnets on the bottom of this. You can hear them. And they go right over the top of that thing, where before they were sticking out because of that cover. So, pretty neat. All right, guys, got one more thing to do. Got to put this rack together. It came with this little wind, I don't know, little wind buffer thing on the front of it, and it said Max Haul, because that's the name of the basket I got. And so I just sanded that down, painted it glossy black. I'm gonna put like an elk antler decal on there, but I'm gonna put this together. It just screws together, and then I'm gonna use the welder right there and put some tacks in there, tack welds in there to make it a little stronger, and then I'm gonna mount it right up there. I screwed it together like I was supposed to, and then I just put little tack welds on there just for some extra strength, and might put a little paint over some of these places that I scratched up a little bit. What's up, guys? It's actually 2 days later now, and I got everything installed, but honestly I don't like how it looks, so I'm gonna lower that rack down some. I'm gonna chop it off, move it down, weld it back in place, because I want it to be functional, but I also want it to look how I want it to look. So that's how it looked, and I'm gonna switch it up, and hopefully it won't take too long. So I'm gonna put the phone on a time lapse and show you what it looks like. All right, guys, the next stage of the truck is complete now. So I'm back home. What I ended up doing was I cut these feet off of this, the top of this rack, and I moved it down 6 inches and welded them back in place, and then put the rack up on top. And I have a buddy that makes decals, so he made me that elk antler decal. I found one online I liked, but it wasn't big enough, so I beefed up the points and stuff a little bit, put it on there. And as you can see, I mounted a shovel on this side too. I'm going to put a high lift jack on there, my pipe for you know, if I have to break a bolt loose, and an axe on there. And my buddy was telling me I should put a pickaxe on there, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. But all this is a couple of U-bolts. You can't see it, you can see it here, right there. So I just drilled through, and then I got these handles. These were in the lawnmower section, and they're made for putting a lawnmower handle together. But that way I can tighten it and loosen it, and it's super sturdy. So I got a few more of those to do with the high lift jack and the axe and the pipe. So the truck's coming along nicely. I got a lot done to it. I still got to tint the front windows and build the winch bumper on the front. So there's my little mini camper I've built. If you guys haven't watched the videos on how I built that, check them out on my channel. One thing I did with these steps is when I cut them off, I I bed lined. You can see it ran a little bit, but that's okay. I bed lined all these things to make it pretty tough. You can just get that bed liner spray on coating from Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever. It's like $5 a can. So I really like that stuff. I used it on there, and then on my camper I actually used it on this cargo portion I put on the front, the wedge on the front. So it's a pretty cool little product. It works pretty well. It wouldn't look like this running if I had gone just a little slower, but that's all my fault. It's all good though. But there it is, the next step for the truck is done. So really appreciate you guys watching, and whenever I start working on the winch on the front, I'll put another video up. So thanks for watching. If you're not already subscribed, please consider doing so. We'll see you next time.